Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to my channel English Superstars. Today we are going to talk about Christina Rossetti's another poem after Goblin Market, and that is in an artist studio. We are going to discuss this very short poem and also a very important thing in this poem today, that is the theme of objectification of women and how are different symbols referring to this theme of objectification. Just look at the poem first and then we'll move forward toward the symbols. One face looks out from all his canvases. One self-same figure sits or walks or leans. We found her hidden just behind those screens. That mirror gave back all her loveliness. A queen in opal or in ruby dress. A nameless girl in fresh summer greens. A saint, an angel, every canvas needs. The same one meaning, neither more or less. He feeds upon her face by day and night, and she with true kind eyes looked back at him, fair as the moon and joyful as the light, not worn with waiting, not with sorrow dim, not as she is, but was when hope shone bright, not as she is, but as she fills his dream. While looking at this poem, let me remind you of something that Christina Rossetti belongs to a very artistic background. Her father, her mother, her sister, everybody used to write. And her brother used to paint as well. So, referring to that, some of autobiographical elements are always found in Christina Rossetti's poetry. For example, in Goblin Market, she talks about sisterhood, which refers to her own good bonds with her siblings. Now, talking about in an artist studio, it has also been said that her brother used to paint. So, the way she says, not worn with waiting, not with sorrow dim, not as she is. When we say not as she is, means the girl that the boy is painting, the artist is painting, he wants to paint her the way he likes to see women, right? The way, the qualities he wants women to have, that is the objectification of women, that they should look in a certain way, they should have certain things. So, these kind of things are prominent in this kind of poetry. So, let's talk about the important symbols in the poem and how do they refer to the themes in an artist studio. Let's begin. The famous poem In an Artist Studio by Christina Rossetti highlights the tendency of male artists to objectify their models. So it is about the male artists who objectify their model. So it is worth noting that Rossetti herself sometimes modeled for painting and that her brother, right? Dante Gabriel Rossetti was a painter. There are several symbols in this poem. Let's have a look at them. And then you can decide which one are the most significant to the theme of objectification. First of all, the mirror at the beginning of the poem that gives back the reflection of the loveliness of the model is symbolic of the perfection that the male artist is looking for. Mirror, perfection. He is not observing the woman as she is, but how he wants to see her. So he is not observing the way she is, the way her features are, the way she looks like, but how he wants to see her. Let's see where is mirror used. So here it says that mirror gave back all her loveliness. See, mirror is the first symbol used in the poem. Then the poem then lists 4 personifications of a beautiful woman. She can be seen as a queen, as an anonymous girl with no name, clothed in summer garments, as a saint or as an angel. These are not realistic conceptions of women, but rather idealized symbols of what men perceive women to be, how they want to see us, how they want women to certainly act in a way, So, and follow certain norms and rituals and society pressures. Now remember, Rossetti's poems are often revolutionary. She does not want women to act in a certain way or look in a certain way. Even in Goblin Market, she says the same thing, that women do not need men to save them, to rescue them. And here as well, she says that these are not realistic conceptions of women, but rather the idealized concept of men, how they want their woman to look like. Then in writing that, he feeds upon her face by day and night. Rossetti depicts the artist as a ravenous predator who is more intent on gratifying his own desires. Like I've just said, that men objectify or see women in a specific way. They want to see them in a specific manner, whether it's through the religious norm, cultural or societal norm. They want them to be dressed in a specific way. They want them to sit in a specific way, to perform the chores in a specific way. In short, they want them to be women, not to compete with men, not to have a say in the society, and so on. And the one thing, according to this poem, that the artist wants to see the woman in just like a moon, very beautiful, glorific, but how? The way he wants her to be. Not through her own facial features, but how he wants her to be. Then it says the closing lines complete the symbolism of the poem as an idealized object that is fair as the moon and joyful as the light. This is what I was saying. Who does not have sorrow them, but rather hope. And artist wants her to have hope, not to have this sorrowness on her face. Rossetti makes it clear that this is not a realistic view of the model, but a depiction of how the artist sees her. Exactly how men want to see women. This is all it is about. Now, a critic argued that there is one major symbol. According to them, only one, but not only one. One and other, you can say, major symbol to focus on this poem, and that is the woman herself. She acts as the muse to the painter. It is obvious that this woman acts as a symbol as she stands for herself, but also in the imagination of the painter. She stands for so much more. She fills his dream. In a sense, she's a blank canvas on which he can compose his own male fantasies and desires. He can paint her the way he wants to, creating endless duplications of her face, but in different guises. And definitely that's a disguise. Now, the poem tells us that every canvas means the same, one meaning, neither no more nor less. So it's a blank painting. Imagine a girl is sitting in front of her, but she's blank for him, and he's painting her the way he wants. Okay, so that is the society who wants women to be painted in a specific way. Although the paintings of the woman cast her in a number of different roles, making her into a saint or an angel, what is similar is the way that the artist completely ignores the real woman in front of him, merely feeds her on her face to produce his male representations of her. Thus, the woman is a symbol of the way Victorian society and art treated women, and in particular did not allow them to have their own identity. So when I say that how is it related to the themes of the poem, so the theme of objectification of women, which is very, very common and which is prevalent in an artist studio, you can easily say that even the artist studio is a symbol. It is a symbol of power and hegemony of men. So another symbol that we have here, mirror, woman, then all the personification, and then the artist and the studio itself as well. Of course, artist is painting, so even the brush is the symbol then. Canvas is the symbol. Studio is the symbol. How? All of these are representing a woman in a way that she is not. Not as she is. See? Not as she is. But how he wants her to be. How he wants to portray her. How he wants everybody to see her. So, in an artist studio is perfect in a way that Christina Rossetti is again going against the norm of that Victorian era, and she is writing about female more than male, and she is saying in her later poetries as well, whether it's Goblin Market or somebody else, she is always, as a female writer, she wants to speak for women. She is giving voice to the voiceless. And who are the voiceless? Double subjugated women. Okay, so she is giving voice to the model sitting in front of the canvas, right? And the model is voiceless, so she's giving voice here. Now again, there is no name of the girl, a nameless girl. What does it say? Again, objectification. She's not having any name. She's voiceless. So Christina Rossetti is trying to give voice to the voiceless, and voiceless were women of Victorian era. And women are so strong, she says, that they do not need men to rescue them, to be with them, to help them, to educate them. All right. So this is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Give it a big thumbs up. Take care. Allah Hafiz.